to excel academically. If I were to give a brief introduction in terms of forward learning, putting it into context with what we are discussing, that what we are saying is that as PAL, interacting and engaging students using diverse learning spaces and platforms is the new normal. We accept that. Technology enhanced learning is also significant if we are to encourage technology to be used by our PAL students or tutors/tutors. Understanding which tools and technologies that can assist in improving the accessibility and foster inclusive classrooms or PAL sessions in our case is also critical. We're also saying that in our case as a PAL program, WhatsApp and MS Teams has been key, and this has been highlighted by a number of conversations that we have had with students. But in terms of personalizing the context that we are discussing, reimagining peer support for student success, personally, I looked at it from this angle that as a peer-assisted learning coordinator, if I'm to reimagine my role, I must reimagine my role as a student support coordinator. The lockdown period has taught us those elements, that we need to reimagine our role as peer-assisted coordinators. The period has also helped me personally to review the rules of engagement when it comes to how we conduct PAL trainings. So in other words, challenging how we train our students and impacting knowledge and asking them to impact the same knowledge, not only the same knowledge rather. As PAL leaders at the understanding that even the PAL leaders, they are at the periphery of helping our students adjust and adapt to the new normal. If we understand their role as PAL leaders, we'll understand that they are at the center, periphery of making sure that the technologies that we are talking about today are not on paper, but they are actually using them and effectively. And lastly, the importance of capacitating our PAL leaders and collaborations, and also integrating these different tools that we have been encouraging. These are some of the tools that we have used, and our students have indicated that we have used these tools differently depending on the nature of the exercise given to us by that particular student. And hence I'm saying at the top there that the new normal in the PAL program is to promote excellence and flexibility in learning and teaching through e-learning and dialogical learning using these technologies. From WhatsApp to Google Docs for our evaluations, from PowerPoint presentations with those recorded messages, so on and so forth, even using our personalized Gmails at some point. Why is multimodality so great? Knowledge construction, engagement, specifically when it comes to learners, they become agents of owning their own, they own meaning, make meaning by empowering them to be accountable and motivate by multiple ways to take in new knowledge, skill and concept, multiple approaches, multimodal, multiplicity in terms of understanding and approaching things so that you can accommodate the different learning styles that our students have, the diverse learners. We cannot cocoon them. What we encourage them, the PAL leaders, is to say, don't cocoon your students. Approach them differently because they are diverse in terms of their thinking, in terms of their approaches, in terms of their level of articulation. Hence, we are saying that it's important to say, look, as much as you're doing ABCD, multimodality is very important. For what? We have used these multimodal approaches for evaluations, for trainings, online PAL sessions, and also for administration. Fortunately, Mr. Fondile is around as a PAL administrator. Using this, I will be showing some of the aspects. This is an example of this. This is one of the students that is encouraging a multimodal approach. I'll go through a page. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are safe, blah, 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 blah. We have quite a lot of spaces, of places. Sorry. Yeah. We have quite a lot of places where we can have our sessions. But I need you brothers to choose which one you are comfortable with. Because we have encouraged them to say, don't just use this LMS because WSU is using. Yes, we appreciate it, but how do you make sure that you contextualize it such that it responds to the students that you are dealing with? My choice or choices and features attached to them is specifically WhatsApp and MS Teams. These are the two main tools that we have used. Mainly because in terms of facilitation, there's a real-time communication with students through voice notes, specifically case of WhatsApp. Creating audio, PDFs, videos, I think a number of these have been mentioned by colleagues, but students have been using these, and I'm sure lecturers understand and have seen these discussions. Recording, screen sharing, and screenshots features. These have helped and assisted our students to be effective in conducting their pulse session. The raising your hand feature when it comes to MS Teams, even WhatsApp in fact. In terms of the results, there's an increase in terms of pedagogical, technological content knowledge. Now, that is linked to TPEC, the theory by Anderson, the importance of blending pedagogy, technology, content, as well as knowledge. So in summing up everything that we have been encouraging our students to understand about the use of technology, this is one of those. There's been an increase in terms of that from the students themselves. Borderless learning, flexibility in facilitating sessions and reporting results. There's borderless learning in terms of I have this software, I have this tool, but I can also do that. There's also, if there's an opportunity for face-to-face, depending again on the nature of that particular exercise given. In terms of us as an office, the administrative component of it has been very helpful. These tools, MS Teams as well as WhatsApp, in terms of administration, the platforms allowed us to deal with challenges, trainings, and session management as a PAL unit. And as such, if you go through our WhatsApp group, you'll notice a number of issues that we have dealt with, from contacts, list, t-shirts, the number of students that we have in that particular group, t-shirts, so on, that we need, sizes that we need, so on and so forth. We have been using that tool to interact with students, and a number of the office management thingy, we have been using WhatsApp. User-friendly and cost-effective. I think Mr. Nana, oh not Mr. Nana, Nana. And let's mention the issue of data. What is interesting about this tool is that there's a cost-effective element in these tools. Of course, fortunately for WhatsApp, you have a leverage of choosing between buying data for a specific say, social networks or for Facebook, so on and so forth. But what was interesting was the level of skills, ICT skills, that have improved. Because remember, we are moving, we had students that were very good or understood that one, we need, we've got fourth industrial revolution, we've got conduct sessions, but in terms of their level of skills, in terms of ICT, their level was there. I would say less than 50%, but as soon as they were engaging or using these platforms, their level of articulation and skills in terms of using them had increased, or rather had improved. So these are some of the results. I think also the synchronous and asynchronous component of the whole process of the modalities, multimodal approaches, whereby you've got live events or live sessions with your students or your pals or your participants, and the pre-recorded component, whereby it enables one-to-many and many-to-one video, allowing students to go back again if they are busy. 5 minutes left. Thank you, Belia. Results. For PALs / tutors, if I may, the pedagogical role, it has increased, creating discussions that focus energy on critical concepts, principles, so on and so forth, social role, managerial role, and technical role. All of these roles, these are the roles that our PALs have indicated that, one, in terms of pedagogy, I am advanced, I'm well aware. Social interaction, fostering that environment, friendly environment. they have indicated that they, because of the engagement, using these tools as that element, managerial role in terms of clear procedure. This is what we need to do. This session is mainly for A, B, C, and D, not for anything else. So that is managerial role. And the technical role, making sure that students, before they join in, they understand the system itself that they are going to use. These are the roles, and these are roles that we've encouraged our students to make sure that they are familiar with. Challenges, of course, poor attendance, data and network connections, difficulty in adjusting and adapting to remote learning, specifically first-year students. Missing that human touch during sessions and trainings. We can't run away from this, colleagues. We appreciate technology, but what we have noticed is that there is that missing gap, that human touch, because we're able to relate to a particular student or particular being when he or she does not understand a particular concept. And therefore, you begin to go back to the same context or concept again to explain. So that one is missing. We are hoping that the fourth or the sixth industrial revolution, as I believe that we're already slowly in it now, will assist us in these things. But of course, let me not. Initially, the level of participation was a challenge, but slowly, because of the number of sessions, students are slowly grappling in. But now that we're back level 1, challenges that students are going for what you call a face-to-face section, especially maths and accounting students. They wanted face-to-face back, simply because of the drawings and whatnot. Allow me, colleagues, to say this is what the future holds for for peer-assisted learning, blended facilitation. I don't have time. Encourage blended facilitation of EPAL sessions. Advocate for a 70% online and 30% online for tutors. I don't have time to explain, but the key is that let's gradually introduce them. For smooth transition, let's gradually introduce, but we cannot take out online sessions. 50-50, face-to-face for EPAL leaders, because they are dealing with first-year students. So that at the end of the day, by the time they get to level 2, at least you're looking at 70-30%. These are the Landiakon examples. Okay, let me also, we've used these, we also had this session earlier this year, was in September. Yeah, Mr. Mbodile was one of the speakers together with Udok here, where we're looking at getting ready for the new normal. The idea was to capacitate our PAL leaders, capacitate our tutors, so that at the end of the day, they embrace the new normal, but most importantly, they communicate the new normal to the students. Fruitful exercise, we're using MS Teams. And mathematics. Where is Manzimtoti? Yes, that is his area. So students are busy. Listen, I think the best way to conduct our session is this. Now that is the managerial component. It's giving direction that this is how we need to conduct our sessions, so on and so forth, so that there's leadership within that particular group. 1 minute left. I'm not sure, but if this is going to Landia Corner. This is how we used videos to market and advertise, organize projects for the PAL program during the lockdown. We wanted to make sure that we have a short clip that we can circulate to first years so that they can understand what is the PAL program all about. Because earlier on this year we had orientation, but unfortunately some of the first students were not part of the orientation. We wanted to use our seniors to actually talk about what is the PAL program all about and how it has impacted them personally.
Hey everyone, my name is Nelum Sola.
And this will provide more for inside French people.
So I'm doing my Bachelor of Education.
Let me skip that one. Let's to see. This is evidence-based, colleagues, because time is against.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Susanne Tlatlakose.
I can see it in our education by smiling.
Smiling. assisting Mr. MULTIMODAL.
One.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, let's be known. One of the HOGs and the judges is going to give me a 1-1 and minus 1 because of this thing.
in the year 2020, when I was the first year during orientation.
Colleagues, this was my last one. This was, I won't finish that because of time. This was basically what these are some of the evidence. Or thing. You can look at that one, upload in your PDF, so on and so forth. Colleagues, time is against me. Dog is crying here. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you. Thank you.